When one looks at a picture like this one of the University of Toronto, one thinks of an institution that allows us to help create knowledge and transfer that knowledge to students in the hallways of the university environment. But when we think of what happens in the university environment, as you look down the hollowed halls of this one in Stanford, where the sheer creation of knowledge is supposed to be working to better the university and the society in general, we sometimes wonder if indeed we are doing what we have originally set out to do. When we consider the classroom of students sitting row by row, and with the increasingly larger classes that we have, whether it be in the in-class environment or the online environment, are we really helping to develop, create, and then transfer that knowledge to the students? Because if one is to think about the words that come to mind when you think of the academic environment, you think of impact factor, school rankings, accreditation, student evaluations, grants, tier 1 publications, and community engagement. These are all words that have now become part of the center of what it is that we are being judged on as academics. Are they what we should be considering as important, or is it time for a change? Are we really a success story as a business school? Are we able to do what we say we are to do, or is it that we simply know how to look good to others? And then are we really, when we look at the very core, the journal publication system, if you will, of expressing knowledge, is that system doing what it's supposed to be doing? Finally, if we are wrapped up in rankings, are we able to actually continue to meet our purpose in society? So these are all critiques that have come, and there are many others from leading scholars that really look to see what is going on in organizational studies in the academic environment, and are we really being able to meet our needs? Well, we present to you a situation where we feel that all of these are simply just pieces to the puzzle, but that we need that one central piece that can help serve as a framework. And we look to Ernest Boyer's work. Scholarship Reconsidered book really puts out a platform that we feel could allow us to be more productive and better suited to understand what it is that we need to do as academics. Boyer's vision has 4 main components. The 4 main components are teaching, application, integration, and discovery. The teaching component is looking at how do we actually transfer that knowledge. How are we going to ensure that we're able to transfer knowledge from our students and from the work that either ourselves or our colleagues are creating, and then getting it to the hands of the students so that it can be useful for them as they go on in their career. Application. How do we actually apply? So this focus is not necessarily on actually teaching it to students so that they can go out and apply, but how are we applying it? It is forcing us to say, okay, well, what are the important problems and how can we go out and actually make a difference in society? The next one then is integration. With the integration, it involves taking not only one specific silo and then learning more and more about that silo. It is about trying to understand how does one silo fit with the overall picture. And then the final component would be that of discovery. Discovery is more the traditional research idea. So overall, what we present is this idea that Boyer's framework can give us something from which we can grow as an area in organizational sciences for us to change. Teaching, application, integration, and discovery, all important aspects.